Ugh. Alright, I sort of had to rush to get ready right now. Oh, I was in the middle of something, and then, you know, there was room for me to join, so I had to really quickly get on. So I don't have everything set up on my end just yet, so when we get started, I gotta do the rest of that first. How am I first? Like, even the tripod got messed up in the process. Hold on, what do I do again? I think I choose Trevenant. Hold on, what? Oh, crap. What's the, oh, crap. Hold on. Oh, crap. I think... Oh, shit. I think it was Trevenant. Oh, my God. I don't have the strat up. Okay, good. Trevenant. Yes, I was right. Okay, let me double check. Is there audio? Okay, let me double... Okay, good. There is. Good. I always gotta check for that. Ugh. Okay. So, I was in the middle of bathing my dog once again. I literally bathed him last night. And I needed to bathe him again today. Once again, I know it's not good to bathe dogs all the time because it strips the fur coat of its natural good oils. But like, you know, what are you gonna do, right? What can you do? If his ass is too dirty, then you just have to clean it. Alright, so let me get everything else on the side ready. It's not too much, actually. And then I think I swap here? Yeah, I swap Trevenant for Porygon. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm all set up now. All except for pouring myself a cup of water. Alright, now we can actually get started on talking about stuff. So, I want to first mention about how Mystique could return in Avengers Doomsday if, the character died in Dark Phoenix. It's like, how did Azazel show back up in Deadpool and Wolverine? Obvious answer is a variant. Well, seems kinda lazy, don't you think? Well, that's just lazy writing. And there's a couple things I forgot to mention about Invincible. First, I want to correct myself on a mistake I mentioned when I talked about Season 3. I mentioned how, they snuck in, he can't keep getting away with this, with Powerplex. Turns out, I was wrong about that. Turns out the clip I saw was just a meme. Well, it was a really well-edited meme if it fooled me. I'm thinking, I probably missed it when actually watching the episode. The joke flew right over my head. And then I saw the clip online, and it's like, oh yeah, did they actually do that and I forgot, or I missed it? Neat, they snuck in that Easter egg. Well, no, it turns out it was just a joke. So I want to correct myself on that. And the biggest thing, the biggest sin that I did not even mention is the fact that, Jeffrey Dean Morgan voices Conquest. And Steven Yeun voices Invincible. So after all these years, we finally got the rematch between Glenn and Negan. Don't think I didn't notice that, cosmic parallel. Negan crushed Glenn's head with Lucille. Well, Invincible crushed Conquest's head by headbutting. It's perfection. You gotta love the symmetry. Did anyone notice the moment where Invincible pulled a murder jacket Rick? Oh man, he was so close. If only he pulled what Rick did by killing Joe the Claimer by biting his neck. Mark was so close. He bit the shoulder of Conquest. If only he went a little bit to the side and bit his neck. And, one thing that I forgot to mention that... Okay, yes, I'm not the one who swaps here. One thing I forgot to mention that Mark finally embraces at the end of Season 3. He finally embraces the fact that now I will kill any bad guys who gets in my way. I will stop them before they get a chance to do something worse. Finally, Mark! However, it seems like you're going to, come to that decision a little too late. Because like I mentioned, Cecil kept Conquest alive in a very stupid way. I do know in the comics that he escapes. The moment Conquest wakes up, he instantly breaks out and escapes. I can't wait to see Mark's reaction to that happening. So, god damn it, Mark. This is the second time you attempted to kill someone and did not finish the job. I'll give you a pass for the first time. I'll give you a pass for believing you killed Angstrom Levy. Because a normal person having their head completely flattened like that would not survive. So I'll give you a pass for believing you killed Angstrom Levy. But, Mark, this is Conquest we're talking about. This is one of the most powerful Viltrumites ever. This is not a human, this is a Viltrumite. And you think just caving his face in would do the job? You literally experienced what happens when you don't do that. When you don't finish the job. You literally just experienced the fact that the last person you tried to kill by completely caving in their face, it didn't work. So, Mark, you idiot. You think just because crushing Conquest's head would kill him? Once again, you know, I would make sure they're dead. I would take off their head. That's just me, Mark. Anyways, what am I hunting? Zygarde. So that's what I forgot to mention about Invincible Season 3. You know, the fact that Mark is finally embracing. You know, he's kind of like Dark Raiden. I will destroy our enemies before they get a chance to destroy us. You know, one detail I noticed that, I don't know if it's continuity error or if you can just fill in the gaps yourself. Remember how in episode 7 we saw Cecil pretty beat up? We saw Donald pretty dismantled? Well, did Conquest really show up a day later? Because Cecil looks pretty normal and healed up by the time Conquest shows up. Then again, we've seen the GDA have technology to literally basically skin graft all of Cecil's body. So maybe they have some sort of like healing accelerant at the GDA. I don't know. Ugh. Okay, so let me first mention this before we talk about the main thing to talk about today. So, last night, I finally got Shiny Cobalion in my original Ultra Sun. This hunt took a while. I guess my streak of getting all the Shiny Legendaries daily, that streak had to break at some point. Cobalion took a while. Cobalion took a whopping 6 days of non-stop resetting. So I finally got Shiny Cobalion, and of course, I'm now on trying to get Shiny Terrakion, as you can see right here. Trying to get Shiny Terrakion right now. So I only have 3 Legendaries left to get in my original Ultra Sun. I'm only missing Terrakion, Virizion, and then Landorus. And then, after all these years, I will finally be done with shiny hunting on this game. Is this loud? Let me turn it down a bit. Ooh, didn't even activate the ability. yeah, something that I've been working on for basically the past 2 days, so not that long, is I've been working on completing my home Let's Go decks. And I finally finished it today. I was missing the Let's Go Pikachu exclusives, so I booted up my Let's Go Pikachu game, and turns out I have no save data on that game whatsoever. The only progress I've made in that game is... oh crap. Oh boy, the host got it. The person actually got it. Okay, now I need to arrange for these guys to go with my strategy, the one that I've been keeping this whole time. Now I just need to wait for these guys. What was the other person's name? Detective. Not Detective Decker. And... who was the last one? Oh no, that's oh no, that's right. I guess I'll tag the other guy who wanted to join. What was his name again? give me a second, folks. Oh, there's a full moon tonight? Cool. Anyway, so, I guess now I gotta wait for others to join. So as I was trying to say, so earlier today I finished my Pokemon Home Let's Go decks for that shiny Meltan. I was missing the Let's Go Pikachu exclusives. I opened my game and I had no save data on it. As far as I got into the game was giving my character's name. And that's it. The only progress I did in that game was giving my character his name. I didn't even encounter Pikachu yet. So at that point, I felt like I was screwed. Because, you know, I hate playing Let's Go. Those games kind of suck, in my opinion. And to get the Let's Go Pikachu exclusives, I would need to play the game. Thankfully, though, some kind stranger online was willing to trade me the version exclusives. So now I have it done, and I'm saving claiming the Meltan for a special date. Kind of like how I waited until Pokemon Day to claim the shiny Manaphy and Keldeo. However, there's not a whole lot of special dates coming soon, unless I want to wait until July for my dog's birthday. So I kind of figure like, well, the only relative date coming up anytime soon is the 20th of April, just because 420. Well, it doesn't look like anyone else wants to join. You know what? I have one person I could ask. Well, the code's up here in the top right corner. 1-4 all 7s. However, it's like I don't have enough people to join. I have one person who's waiting to join. I don't have 2 others. I texted someone who could, but he didn't respond. You can help? Alright, the strategy is still a work in progress. It's actually a very, it's a very, questionable strategy, but it's worked in the past. I just tagged someone who may or may not help. Oh, my friends actually did go to see the Minecraft movie. I'm doing this instead of going with them to do that. I can't believe they're actually paying money to see that. I'll watch the Minecraft movie when it comes out online. I'm not actually gonna pay money to go and watch that. Well, desperation calls for extreme measures. Can you type a code in chat so I can see better? It's a little blurry on my end. I figured. Anyways, give me a second on my end. Alright, fine. Desperation comes whatever this is called. Fine, I will be 2 players. I didn't want it to have to come down to this, but you know, nobody's joining. Oh, never mind. Looks like... Hold on, wait, I gotta see. Oh. Nope, that other person said, nah, he's doing a Rayquaza raid. Alright, fine, so I'm on my own here. Plus 1 other person. Oh. Man, everyone's just dipping. The person who was about to join said he's in a solo DA. I mean, I've tried with 3 players. It's risky, but it can work. Ooh. Hold on, 1 person wants to join. Yay. You soloed a bunch of... Whoa. You soloed a bunch of Kyurem earlier, but Shiny Zygarde is so much better than Kyurem. It is, but you know, there's also... Kyurem is easier than Zygarde. Let's wait for this other guy to respond first. How long have I been waiting? Has it been like 15 minutes since I've been waiting to do another? Like, I don't want to start, and then just to have someone say, ready, here, and then it's like, oh, well, we just started. Guess you gotta wait now. Well, as you can see here, my Switch Lite is in front of me. Oh, ready, okay. And then I have my other Switch over here ready to just assist myself. Okay, so I'm just gonna... Alright, it's up. Oh, something just fell. Alright. Alright, gaming with Camden. Waiting on you. Okay, so let me look at my own strategy real quick. Something like... Worst case scenario, both your accounts and mine work together. Well, the thing is, I already got Shiny Zygarde on my other Switch. I'm just trying to get one on here. I'm just helping myself out right now. Oh, won't be able to chat for it to work. Will you be able to hear me as I explain to you the strategy? Well, okay, let me try again then. Whoops. Wow, what a mess tonight is. Alright, I just asked Nova if this person wants to try 3 players instead, because 4th player doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Okay. Alright, let's give it a shot. God damn it! I knew this would happen. I guess I could try Muddy Water with Lickitung, because it at least lowers accuracy. How much power does my other switch have? 88%, we're good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna save claiming my shiny Meltan for the 20th of April. Just so, you know, it has a unique date on it. Nothing too special, it's just 420. Ooh, we got lucky with that terrible accuracy. Alright, enough dilly-dallying. I was planning to talk about this last time, but then, you know, not gonna lie, last time I kind of wasn't in the mood, and then I was pretty tired, despite getting more than enough sleep. Where should I go? Grimmsnarl, I suppose? At least we get the berries to heal. Okay, so, what I want to talk about is Daredevil Born Again. I want to discuss this show. I know I am a month late. It premiered a month ago on Disney Plus, over a month ago. The second last episode of Season 1 came out 2 days ago. So we're only one episode away from the season finale. Okay, I'm thinking. I could Metal Sound, Max Lightning, and then with the electric terrain, I could Steamroll. So I want to first mention that yes, I did indeed re-watch all of Daredevil on Netflix before watching Born Again. All of it. I rewatched all 3 seasons of Daredevil plus Defenders. I also wanted to rewatch Punisher, but you know, no time. And not as important. So, you know, I finished rewatching Daredevil Season 1 before I left for the trip. Season 2, you know, I bought Disney Plus. I don't like paying Disney any money because they suck right now. So yeah, I bought a month of Disney Plus, that way I could download the episodes and watch it on the plane ride, and I did exactly that. So on the plane ride, I was watching, or rewatching Daredevil Season 2. And then when I was actually on the trip, I was finishing the rest of Season 2. Just because, yes, it was a 12-hour flight, and there are 13 episodes, so 13 hours, but like, you know, I also slept during the plane ride. Oh, come on! By the way, the strategy has no wide guard. So, when I was in Hong Kong, I did rewatch Defenders, and then, on my way back home, I was rewatching Daredevil Season 3. When I got back home, I had like 2 episodes left of Season 3 to rewatch, and then I finally started Born Again. So, I did indeed rewatch all of Daredevil before Born Again. Now, I did not rewatch certain things like, you know, the episode of She-Hulk or Echo or the scene in No Way Home. I gotta say, like, because I only watched Daredevil Season 3 one time, it was basically like rewatching, or rather watching Season 3 for the first time again, because I just don't remember a whole lot about it. I still feel like out of the 3 seasons, Season 1 is still the best. Not saying that the second and third season are bad. And believe me, I do also know about the behind-the-scenes drama with Born Again. How they basically rebooted the show. It was not gonna be connected to the Netflix show. They were gonna recast some characters. Believe me, I know. And then they fired all of the original creators because they realized what they were creating sucked. They brought back, I think, the showrunners of Punisher? Anyways, so, let's begin discussing Daredevil Born Again. Obviously, I'm not going to get through all 8 current episodes that are out. So I'm not going to go through a majority of the whole season right now. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to slowly discuss it. Alright, so episode 1. We begin with seeing our favorite characters, Matt, Karen, Foggy. They're at Josie's bar. And what a nice surprise, the actress who plays Josie actually came back. So Josie's bar is actually closing. and they're having one final drink to celebrate. We meet new characters like Kirsten and Cherry. They're going to be big into this season. Okay, no. I will Dynamax on my other Switch, just in case we need it. Never mind, we don't need it. So yeah, they're celebrating, everything's happy. We also see them play around with the aspect ratio when it comes to Matt's hearing. Foggy gets a call from some guy named Benny, you know, someone he stashed away at his apartment for his protection. Someone's going after him. We see the bullseye glove. Yes, they actually brought back Ben Poindexter. So it was just a ploy to get Matt, not get Matt away. It was a ploy to learn where Foggy was. So Matt actually goes away. He leaves to try to help Benny, all suited up in Daredevil attire. And then he hears, you know, a gun cocking, so he comes back. Damn, Foggy gets shot by Bullseye. Daredevil shows up to fight, and they have their own version of a nice big hallway fight, where it's just one long take. There was a cut in between the fight, but it was still pretty awesome. Wait, no, not that. So as Daredevil is fighting Bullseye, Foggy is dying on the ground, Karen by his side. Throughout the fight, we also hear Matt hearing Foggy's heartbeat as it slowly fades away. And then they actually kill off Foggy right at the beginning of the first episode. Matt attempts to kill Bullseye by throwing him off the top of the building, and that is a very big no-no to Matt because, you know, of his moral code, his Batman no-kill rule, his Catholic beliefs. So because of this, because his best friend got caught up in the crossfire and lost his life, and Matt tried to take someone's life, Matt vows to stop being Daredevil. So that is basically the opening scene to the show, and then we get the opening credits. Now, the opening credits to the original show in itself was already a masterpiece. But the opening credits for this show? Yes, I like that. I do like the credits. But I just want to say, before continuing, I just gotta say, damn. Nah, the writers, they are vile for putting the Nelson, Murdoch, and Page plaque in the credits right after killing my beloved Foggy. They are vile for doing that. I do like the, you know, the little Easter eggs that are in the opening credits. In the original show's credits, we see, you know, a scale, we see a church, we see a lot of bridges and buildings being built up with blood. And then in the opening to this, we see those same structures built and solidified in stone crumbling. They crumble down and then rebuild a statue of Daredevil. So I do like the opening credits. I like the choir, the harmonizing. I like it. Yes. Yes, I like that. Okay, someone else is ready to join in a second. So after the opening credits, we learned that it has been a year since Foggy's death. Matt still carries around the little, like, invitation to Foggy's funeral with him everywhere he goes, and it's written in Braille too. Okay, so following from the original show, we see that Matt has moved. He's moved to a new apartment. So, you know, rest in peace to that old apartment set piece that was part of the original show. It served us well for 4 seasons. Yes, 4, because Defenders was still a season of television. So that apartment served us well for 4 seasons. It will be missed. Now, Matt, he's kind of moved away from Hell's Kitchen. Matt, he now, because the Nelson portion of Nelson, Murdoch, and Page, the Nelson portion has died. So I assume Nelson, Murdoch, and Page has closed. So Matt is working at a new law firm. He's working at Kirsten and McDuffie. Hold on. Oh yeah, during the fight between him and Bullseye, the character of Cherry learns Daredevil's identity, being Matt. Am I connected online? Oh. Wasn't I? No, I am. Oh, did I hit anything? I got a lot of things going on behind the scenes, okay? I got 2 switches I'm playing on, plus Shiny Hunting Terrakion, talking to people to let them know what to do for the strategy. And, you know, gotta remember how the Daredevil episodes went to talk about. So yeah, Matt is now working at Kirsten and McDuffie. We see that, you know, they're discussing price. They're discussing prices for paintings, and it turns out that Vanessa has kind of become the queen pin in Wilson's absence. Anyway, so yeah, while Kingpin was absent, you know, doing his shenanigans in the Hawkeye series, in the Echo series, recovering from being shot, and then being inspired to run for mayor, he's been absent. Vanessa has taken his place. Oh yeah, something I want to mention. So they killed off Foggy, and Karen, she's actually not in the show, like, a whole lot. Neither is Punisher. Like, a lot of the main cast aren't really in the show all that much. It's, like, based on the original characters, it's mostly Daredevil, Kingpin, and Vanessa. So I feel like all the press tours that they've been doing, everything that they've been advertising with the main 5 actors, you know? Everything advertising of this show, you see the main 5 actors. You see Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, Deborah Ann Woll, Eldon Henson, and, why am I blanking on his name right now? How dare I? John Bernthal. So you see those 5 mainly advertising the show. Damn, I can't help but feel kind of misinformed, like, you know, falsely advertised, because the way the trailer was structured, seeing all of them advertising the show, it's like I expected them to be in much more of the show than they actually are. Because Foggy died in the literal first scene. So they need to go to the court hearing for Ben Poindexter. Karen shows up. Turns out she's moved to Los Angeles. Well, Poindexter has been found guilty and he has been sentenced to life in prison without any chance of parole or bail or whatever. He has life, basically. Matt still has sworn off of being Daredevil. During the fight with Bullseye a year ago, his horn broke off and Karen found it and has been holding on to it this whole time. She gave it back to Matt. Going back to the Kingpin portion, you know, Vanessa's dealing with all of the financial stuff in Wilson's absence. He comes back, and, you know, Vanessa's kind of like, I kind of wish you were gone, because we were better without you. But of course she's happy to see her husband. She does feel kind of left behind, though, because he just vanished without saying anything, and then suddenly came back. Oh, I'm trying to think what else happened. Because, you know, once again, I saw these episodes weeks ago, and I'm basing it off of my memory. I guess it would help for me to bring up the summaries of each episode. So yeah, Fisk comes back and tells Vanessa his plan to run for mayor. So, Kirsten, seeing that Matt is still struggling with all his trauma, she sets him up with a certain someone. So, Kirsten sets Matt up in believing that this woman, Heather Glenn, is need of legal aid. So they meet up at a coffee shop. It's like, oh, I don't need a lawyer. I thought you needed a therapist. That's what Kirsten told me. So the two actually hook up. So Matt, aka Riz Devil, hooks up with Heather Glenn. Man, I have been seeing so many Riz Devil memes. Like if you look at Matt's history, Matt's Matt's track record with ladies, one would easily say Matt Murdock is not blind. Like just look at his resume of ladies. You have Claire Temple, Karen Page. You have Elektra. Obviously, he hooked up with She-Hulk. And then there's also Heather Glenn, so it's like, goddamn, Riz Devil. So yeah, Matt and Heather Glenn hook up. Like, do we actually care about Heather Glenn, though? You know, we want him to end up with Karen. Elektra's presumed dead, you know? She didn't return after Defenders. She actually just wasn't really mentioned at all afterwards. We can just assume she was buried under Midland Circle. So, yeah, it seems like Elektra's dead. It was already a stretch to say that Matt survived the end of Defenders, you know? That alone was already a stretch. So because Fisk is running for mayor, Matt hears it on the TV. I think we actually get the cameo from that same news reporter guy who shows up all the time around the MCU reporting news. You know, he was also in Spider-Man No Way Home. He was reporting Spider-Man's identity, that guy. So, Matt hears that Fisk is running for mayor, so then Matt goes and sees Fisk himself in person. They have a little chat at a diner. You know, they catch up. Matt knows the fact that Fisk was shot in the face. You know, it's pretty funny. So they made each other a deal. They made each other a promise. First of all, Kingpin's like, the death of your friend. The death of your friend. I had nothing to do with it. I kept that end of our deal. Referencing the end of Season 3 of Daredevil, you know. Basically, leave each other alone. You know, Kingpin, he is claiming to be a changed man. He has a new outlook in life. No longer is he the kingpin of crime, he will be a mayor who serves his city. Matt gives him a warning, like, if you step out of line, I will be there. And Fisk is like, I will be mayor. And when I am, I will not tolerate people running around in silly costumes, taking the law into their own hands. You know, it's kind of like an Ouroboros, you know? Wilson Fisk doesn't step out of line, Matt doesn't need to be Daredevil. Matt doesn't be Daredevil, Wilson Fisk won't retaliate. I don't know why I'm catching everything over here. I really shouldn't be. Oops, I didn't catch Tangle on my other Switch. So, then we also get the small scene where Wilson is talking with Vanessa. I'm pretty sure this was episode 1. We get the scene where the two of them are talking on the rooftop, and Fisk reveals to his wife that he knows about Adam. He knows about the affair that Vanessa had. Vanessa's like, please don't kill him. Wilson is just like, I'm not that man anymore. I promise you I won't kill him. And from what we see in the rest of the season, yeah, he did technically keep his promise. So as Matt and Heather are walking down the street, he hears on the TV, it's official, Wilson Fisk has been nominated, or has been appointed mayor of New York. So then there's a little bit of anarchy that happens on the street. Honestly, hold on, let's just finish this round first. Yeah, I'll do metal sound just in case. Okay, someone else is willing to join, so I don't need to play on 2 different games, thus making my life much easier. No shinies on my other Switch, by the way, but hey, 10 Dynite ore. Oh, this person doesn't want to join right away. So in a nutshell, that's basically the first episode of Daredevil Born Again. Once again, they vile for killing off Foggy immediately. Now, ever since Foggy's death, people online have been theorizing, is Foggy actually still alive? Did he fake his death? Will Foggy return at the end of Season 1, and will he be back in Season 2? A part of me is thinking, like, come on, people. You know how the rule is, if we see the death happen on screen, then the person's gone? We literally saw Foggy die on screen with our own eyes. His death didn't happen off screen. So, like, I feel like he's gone. Sadly, I feel like Foggy is dead. Believe me, I wish Foggy would be back, and I'll happily be proven wrong if he's not dead and he's back. But I just feel like, well, you killed him off, you made the choice. Stick with it. As much as I don't like it, stick with it. Believe me, I want Foggy back. When I was hyped for this show, I wanted, basically a continuation of the show we had. It was Matt, Foggy, and Karen getting up to their shenanigans up against Kingpin. That's what I wanted, but that's clearly not what we got. Because, a certain person named Feige, he was too much of a pussy to actually fold in the Netflix shows and consider them truly canon. Until it was too late, So yeah, I want Foggy back, but I want him back had they never killed him off. The fact that they killed him... For a second, I'm like, who the hell's Ricky? Oh, that was the fourth person from the previous run. Oh, I guess I wasn't paying attention. So I just had to ask the person, like, is that you? So yeah, like, I hope Foggy... Man, at the same time, I want Foggy back. At the same time as, I want him to stay dead. They made the choice to kill him off, so have some balls and stick with it. But, I'll also be glad to see my beloved Foggy again. Because Foggy is just awesome. Oh, this is a little too much work. Too much for my brain to take. So I think I have to stop talking about Daredevil. It's too much for me to handle right now. you know, I'm controlling 2 Switches worth of Dynamax Adventures, shiny hunting Terrakion on the side, and talking about the show based off my memory. I think that's a little too much. But anyways, I discussed episode 1. And, okay, so episodes, if I'm not mistaken, episodes 1, 8, and 9 are the new episodes filmed. When the new showrunners came in, they reshot episode 1 and they filmed episode 8 and 9. So episodes 2 to 7 were all done previously. And yeah, you can, when you watch it, you can actually tell the difference. The quality's different, the tone's different, the writing's different. You can actually tell episodes 1, 8, and 9 are completely different from episodes 2 to 7. Like, watch the show for yourself and you will actually see. The fact that certain characters don't show up, you know, in the span of episodes 2 to 7 says a lot. And other characters only show up sprinkled in, you know. Yeah, Daredevil Born Again, episode 1. I'll talk about more episodes later on. Or should I just talk about episode 2? What else did I want to mention? So, the red suit, the new Daredevil suit looks awesome. The only thing we're missing is the double D's on his chest. We're missing Daredevil's double D chest. However, the leaks for Season 2, the set leaks for Season 2, we're getting them. We're seeing Daredevil in Season 2 wear a black suit with the double D's on his chest. We finally got them. You know, we didn't have to wait 20 years to see Wolverine in the suit, but we did have to wait basically 10 years or 11 years to see Matt Murdock wear a Daredevil suit with the double D logo. At long last. Only thing is, like, damn, I kind of wish we got it on the red suit, you know? So I'm waiting, we're probably going to get that for Season 3, God, I hope so. Season 3, we go back to the red suit with the black double D's on his chest. Because the Season 2 set leaks, we're getting the black suit with the red double D's on his chest. What else was I about to say? Thankfully, that doesn't do a lot of damage. Damn, I was about to mention something. What? Honestly, what was I about to say? So, rewatching Daredevil in its entirety did help me remember a couple of things that were referenced. Kind of like how Foggy at the beginning of episode 1 referenced that he did work for Chow, Hogarth, and whatever the third name was. It's like, had I not rewatched this show, yeah, I would have forgotten about that. God damn, what did I want to mention? Oh, fantastic! Yes, lower that speed as well. I can't believe the strategy actually somewhat kicks ass. No shinies on my other Switch. So it turns out Coachella is happening these days. Friend of mine's... Oh. Okay, Nova said he's done. Let me see if Ricky wants to do one more with just 3 players. And if not, then I'll just call it for tonight, you know? We didn't actually do that many. Okay. Dude says he's willing to, so let's try it. And then put the code on the other Switch. I didn't connect online, right? Did I? Okay, maybe I didn't. I think so. Man, I can't tell which one's me. Okay, let me just confirm. Is that one me? Yes. Okay. Well, I'm not. Not like that. Anyway, so yeah, Coachella's happening right around now. Obviously, I'm not attending. So, my friend sent me the schedule of who's going to be performing. And I'm looking at these schedules and I'm just thinking to myself, who the hell are any of these people? Out of all these names here, I think the only names I recognize are Lady Gaga, Megan Thee Stallion, Post Malone, and I think I'm vaguely familiar with one song by Artemis. Literally all the other names here, I have no idea who these people are. Like, who is, the Go-Go's? Like, who is, A.G. Cook? Mike Snow, Idris, Glorilla. I don't know who any of these artists are. And that was only, you know, Friday. The schedule for Friday. What about Saturday? Who's Darkside? Who's Sam Fender? Who's Blonde Redhead. So, yeah, I don't know really any artists in the music industry. Yeah, it's no wonder I've never been to Coachella and probably never will. Well, I'm pretty tired, you know? Alright, I don't care that you did that. Ooh! How lucky. I don't have a lot of other things to talk about. Are you serious, Gastrodon? You have super effective water moves. Wow, this Gastrodon NPC sucks. Oh, we gotta sit through the animation for all of them? I guess the Quick Claw? Maybe we can land the metal sounds faster. Dude, I was kind of hoping you would do an Ice Beam. Oh man, that Sand Split's probably gonna take down Lickitung. Fuck! Of course that had to miss. That too! Oh, Lickitung survived on 1 HP. I can tell because I see it on my end, and then the leftovers. Yeah, they sound great. A metal sound hasn't landed yet. We kind of needed that first metal sound to land. You know, we really kind of needed that. Though it still might be okay. Hopefully Zygarde can use like a throwaway move like Bind on someone. Okay, that works too. Fuck. That's going to activate the ability. Yo, that leftovers is really keeping Lickitung alive. Please stay paralyzed. Paralyzed, 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 paralyzed. Oh, there's a chance. Paralyzed, 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 paralyzed. Fuck! Wow. Okay, that's how you roll. Haha! You just got home? Brother, look what time it is. The hell you mean you just got home? I think this will probably be the last one I do tonight. It's getting late and the 3-player strategy is definitely more risky. Nope, of course no shiny. Oh, right. Are there any shinies on my other Switch? So nothing for Cryogonal, Grimmsnarl. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna call it here for tonight. Alright, see you guys next time. Yeah, you work late, last train. Oh, right, you changed your job. Right. I was thinking, you know, you were still at your old place. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna call it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Bye. Just got here. Well, not my fault you work late.